Hey, everybody, and welcome to Jack's Treasures and our ongoing series of questions and answers about reselling or reselling adjacent.
Yeah, things that people have either asked us or that we ask other sellers about reselling.
Or in some cases, something that Brian and I talk about an exorbitant amount of time.
Yeah, today's topic is a great one.
Yes.
Because we experienced it today.
My question would be, if you are hosting a yard sale, how would you do so in a polite way and a way that is attractive to buyers?
Can you literally sense what happened to Tracy today? Because I can, and I'm sitting right next to her, and I can literally feel the heat. Y'all don't feel this heat,
First
but there
of all,
is heat coming off of her
I was
right
very
here.
polite. I did just exit myself from the situation. I didn't name drop, call names, nothing.
At this one.
I
I
went back to the car once I got annoyed.
For me, it's what are the proper etiquette for having a yard sale?
Yes.
What are some of the things that if you're having a yard sale, I think that you should do.
Right.
I think that you should do. I mean, you don't have to do everything. And
No.
again, these are just our opinions. So if you have a differing opinion, keep it to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go ahead and drop it down in the comment
Even if you don't
down
have
below.
a perfect yard sale, it doesn't mean I'm not going to go. It doesn't mean I'm not going to spend money. It doesn't mean I'm not going to have a good time. But
Yes, it
it's
does.
just on the overall how
She
you
will
can
not.
have the best.
She walks away from
experience
more
in a
yard sales
sale.
than I do.
I do walk away.
She literally, when I mean walk away, I mean walk away. Okay?
Well, should we talk
Estate
about
sales too?
Should we talk about the first thing? What started this topic in our head today?
Do you want to talk about what the first thing that started at the topic
Let's start
today?
about it.
But
Okay.
we're going to go out of order.
Story
now.
time.
Story time.
Story time.
Story time.
We went to a yard sale. It's a Friday and it's fairly early in the season, so there's not a lot of yard sales by us right now. But we were going somewhere else. We saw a sign. We decided to swing in. Went to the yard sale, and they had some stuff out in their driveway, and then they had a bunch of stuff in their garage. They had a table blocking half the entrance to the garage. So there was
Welcome to my world, guys.
There was about this much room to walk through to get in the garage.
I wasn't even at this point yet. I'm still out and about.
The lady hosting the yard sale is standing right in that open spot. And now I know the stuff back there is for sale. It's priced. It's the yard sale. She's standing right there. And at the time, she was, someone else was paying for their stuff. So I'm like, well, I get that. She's dealing with them. So I politely say, excuse me. And I get back and I'm looking around in the yard sale. And then by the time I'm done, I'm ready to come out. She is just standing there. There is no way to get out. No way. She's blocking the entire thing. She already realizes that she had to move once. And so I kind of stand there politely for a second. And then when she doesn't move, she say, excuse me. And she, like that was what got me, was that oh, like what the heck did you think I was going to do? I'm not going to climb over you.
She's the quiet, nice one. Okay, you really do. Everybody does. I mean,
But
literally everybody is like dogging me. I get punched in the stomach. I get kicked. I get slapped and during our whatnot shows. But
at that point, but when she did that, I was like, I'm done. I just went to the car. I was like,
okay, all right. So first thing,
don't block the only entrance into your garage if you want to sell anything.
move around. Okay, move around. Don't block so that people can't see some of the stuff that you have in the yard sale. If you are engaging with somebody, yes,
and
obviously,
like I said, I
people
got
would
that at
understand
first,
that.
but then when she's
But
like,
when you're
it's going to be very easy to find a thumbnail today because I'm doing all kinds of goofy stuff.
Yeah, so definitely move around. Don't block the stuff that you're trying to sell. Let people be able to see everything that you're trying to sell. That's always a very, very good thing.
Yeah.
And you don't have to tell me a story, okay, about
I want stories. I love stories.
I like stories too, but when you have a big sign out front that says moving sale and there's a for sale sign in front of your house and literally you're telling people that you're moving. Okay.
Duh.
I can She's in a mood today, guys. This is gonna be great. All right, so let's talk about the first thing.
Let's start at the beginning here.
Begin.
Now that I've vented to all you guys. I've vented.
This is one that gets me because I'm the driver normally. Just let y'all know, I'm a horrible passenger. It has nothing to do with me being chauvinistic or anything like that.
He's a chauvinistic pig.
I am not. It has to do with the fact that I suck as a passenger. I am the worst. I fully admit it. Okay. And I'm a terrible passenger, so I admit that. So it's for me, the biggest thing is sign etiquette.
Yes.
There is sign etiquette, guys. There is sign etiquette. Use signs. All right, signs are super, super important. Direct them to your yard sale. Okay. Mm-hmm. In other words, don't have a sign and have your address on the sign at the very beginning of your neighborhood, and your neighborhood's got 9 million turns in it, and you wrote the address on your sign. Cars are moving. We don't stop and read the sign, okay? We see the yard sale sign. We see dates. Dates are great to put. I don't know necessarily dates or necessarily, but Friday, Saturday, or something like that. That's great, okay? Mm-hmm. That's very, very helpful. And then have another sign directing us to your yard sale. I have driven through. There's a couple subdivisions in our area that are huge. They're absolutely huge. I mean, you're talking about 600, 700, 800 houses in these subdivisions, you know. And you're the only one in the subdivision that's having a yard sale. It's not a community yard sale. And so you put up one sign at the beginning of your neighborhood and you write your address on it, and you're coming off of a road that the speed limit is 45 miles an hour. No.
And it's a neighborhood.
Direct us to your house.
It'll be a neighborhood where there'll be a Sweetwater Church, a Sweetwater Street, a Sweetwater Road, a Sweetwater Avenue. And I'm going to be able to read all that. They're all Sweetwaters.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just you don't have to have them on every single stop sign. Okay? But
a nice little arrow
goes a long way. Arrows are just pointing, and you don't have to have a lot. Just an arrow would work as soon as you say garage sale and people are pulling into the one.
And bold marker strokes.
Yes.
Big fat black Sharpie, not like little scribbly things.
Guys,
not a pen.
Okay, pastels are not great colors to put on a white sign in the sunlight.
No.
Okay, people don't see it. It's very, very difficult for people to see pastel colors when the light hits it, especially when it's a sunny day like it was today. For those of you that are having a yard sale in the Brookstone community, okay, your sign, I could not read it, period, until I was well past it, all right?
My personal preference is either a pink or a green with black on it. I find that to be the absolute easiest, but do what you gotta do.
Buy the yard sale signs. Yeah. Those yard sale signs are great. Put the if you want to put the times on there, that's fine too. Make sure it's legible. Okay, I have come up on a yard sale sign that these people wrote a freaking novel. Okay, tools, furniture, kids' clothes, this thing, and it goes down, and I am not exaggerating. There was 20 lines going down. The sign was very big.
Who's ranting now?
I don't like signs. Okay, and we're really at the end of it. I'm going to rage. Okay, but make them useful. Mm-hmm. Point them into the right direction that you need the people to go, because some people aren't from around the area. They don't know the area. If you're going to put your address on there, if you're going to put your address on there, you damn sure better have the yard sale. Okay, because if I'm driving in that neighborhood and I see that sign, I'm laying on my horn when I'm by your house. Okay, it's going to happen if you're not having it. Okay.
So we found the yard sale. We've looked at the yard sale. We've parked. We're walking up.
Yeah.
Welcome people to your yard sale. Just say hey. I mean, I know not everybody is ultra social. I'm a little bit of a, I don't want to deal with people sometimes. Meh. But
by the way, when we have a yard sale, she's drunk. Okay, I am not lying. Okay, I'm not lying. 8:00 in the morning. It's 5:00 somewhere. Thank you, Jimmy Buffett.
I don't like hosting yard sales.
No.
But as part of our reselling business, it becomes necessary for us to have probably at least one a year. And I will put some Baileys in my coffee at early in the morning.
Now, when I say welcome people to the yard sale, obviously you can't do everybody. When you have a flood of people coming into your yard sale, it's hard to welcome everybody.
Hey guys,
right.
Take a look.
A general thing like that.
If you see something that's not marked, let me know.
2 people at the yard sale, okay, and you come walking up. Try to welcome that person in there, even if you're engaging with somebody.
I will tell you, one of my
cat explosion right over there.
You're
used to it. This Jack's Treasure, right?
We're lucky we don't have one crawling on our shoulder yet.
Here she comes.
One of my personal pet peeves is if I go to a yard sale, and this happens in community yard sales more than anything, And the neighbors are sitting there, they're having their little conversation. Oh my God, go Dogs. Oh my God, I love Alabama, blah, 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 blah. And they don't
we
even
just
look
alienated
at me.
like 90% of the people that watch our channel, and there's only like 5 people that watch our channel. Corey and Teresa will watch because they don't care anything about college football.
But yeah, they're sitting there and they're having a conversation with their neighbor, and
they'll talk about a baby a baby shower, somebody's birthday party that's coming up, and they're doing it in the middle of the yard sale.
And I almost feel like they don't want me there, and I feel a little uncomfortable. It's like, man, I'm sitting here, I'm looking through their like used underwear, and they're sitting there talking about Melvin up the street having 3 kids.
We don't buy used underwear, folks. Sorry, no. I don't know why she even said that. My underwear come from a store or Amazon or a storage unit. I'm just kidding about the storage unit part. But yeah, guys, I understand this. I understand this part, all right? Along the lines with welcoming people to your yard sale, when people are coming up to the yard sale, people are not all people are dog people, okay? If you have a dog, put it inside the house, okay? Put it inside the house. Put it in the backyard. Do something with the...
Now, let me say, personally, animal. I am a dog person. I love when there's dogs. I will go pet them and play with them and love them. And that doesn't bother me at all. But I think for the overall purpose, you should do that.
Yeah.
Number one, there are people that aren't dog people. We have been to sales where a large dog has come running at me, and if I was a small child, it would have knocked me over. Once again, I didn't mind, but I see that bothering other people. Yeah. And it's unsafe for the dogs. There's so much going on. You see them darting out in the road and everything. And if you have an indoor-outdoor cat, it's a good time for the cat to spend some indoor time. Because I'm gonna pick one up and take it home with me one day. And she loves cats, by the way.
She's not. No, she's not.
I don't want you to lose your cat to me.
She's not.
So keep it in the house.
She's not. That I promise you. She's not. She might want to.
But yes, like I said, the dogs do not bother me on a personal basis at all. I actually love it, but I think
it's okay if the dog's a quiet dog, well-behaved dog.
On a leash
but if you have like a puppy and it's a larger puppy or anything like that, and it's going to jump on people, put the thing inside the house, man. It's just a common courtesy.
That is going to be a etiquette that affects other people more. Like I said, I love your dog. I want to come play with your dog. But
and dogs also have a tendency to do something right in the middle of your yard sale. It has happened to us. Not in our yard sale. We have been at a yard sale and a dog left a deuce. Okay, right in the middle of the yard sale. Now, just think about this for a minute, okay? Yeah. There's a great smell that goes along with that, and you're looking at clothes. No, don't do that. So pets are great. I love pets, and you all know, Jack's Treasures, we are all about pets. We love pets.
And like I said, I actually like them when they're out, but I think they probably should be up because there are enough people that is going to be a problem for.
Okay, I'm going to say the next one that she is not one of these. Children. I know you have your children. I know they want to help. They're 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. They are not helping. They're grabbing their stuff like it's the Holy Grail.
Story time!
Yes, go ahead. Tell this little story.
It's funny because
with the etiquette of your
we went to a yard sale and we each purchased something. He was purchasing a burn barrel. I was purchasing a stuffed dog. We paid for our items, and the little kid comes running up, grabs the dog out of my hand. That's mine!
She's not a shy person, guys. She's not. She would go up and pet and love on a dog. She ain't loving on one child.
I'd love on an alligator. But, grabs it out of my hand. That's mine! Okay.
Tracy smacked the shit.
I did not. I did not. No.
Okay, she wanted to.
But, I lost my stuffed dog, which, it was fine. It was, it was like Build-A-Bear.
That happened more than once.
The same yard sale.
Oh, this is funny as hell.
He bought a burn barrel. A big barrel. He burned
It's like a 50-gallon drum.
We used, especially at our old house when we had more land, we used that to get rid of some of the paperwork and stuff from storage units. But he was buying that. And so the same kid that grabbed the dog from me, who'd want to buy that?
Oh, no, technically this is what the kid said. He goes, nobody's going to buy that.
After
I'm literally buying it. And I'm like, kid, I'll put you in it. And
I also had a kid cause me to break my phone once. He was aggressively talking to me about fire ants, and I got uncomfortable, and I dropped my phone, and it shattered.
It did. It broke. She won't let me forget about that one either. We don't go to that house, by the way, anymore. They have a yard sale. We drive right by it.
Older kids, that are helping out, the ones that are doing the lemonade stands and stuff, we almost always buy something. I will.
90% of the time, we don't even take it. We give it to the kid because I appreciate the hustle.
I'll say, go ahead and give it to the next person and unless it's cookies. I like cookies.
You don't have to whisper. People know.
I like cookies.
So kids, they're drawing on, they're using concrete, what is that? Sidewalk chalk in the middle of the yard sale. Okay, the middle of the yard sale. So now you got to walk around this stuff. Here's my favorite one right here. This is my absolute favorite, guys. You want me to put something down? Do this right here, okay? I'm picking up something. Oh, that's Bobby's. Bobby, how much do you want for that? I'm putting it down automatically. I don't even care, okay?
Because the answer is going to be one of two things. It's either going to be a quarter or $500.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's never anything reasonable.
How about we just talk about one item that I went into? The guy had a bunch of these things laid out on a table, okay?
Pokemon cards.
Yeah, Pokemon cards. I'm sitting here thinking, I'll buy the whole damn lot and I'll give him $50. Okay, $50. I said, well, he goes, I'm selling them individually. I said, okay, that's great. You got some good cards in here. And I don't really know Pokemon whatsoever, but they look like some of them were good cards. So I said, well, how much if I buy all of them? Okay, y'all ready for this? $3,500. I'm like, I was gonna offer him 50.
But definitely, especially if kids are involved, work with your kids ahead of time to price things, because they're not necessarily grasping good pricing on the fly, and I don't want to rip your kids off. I really don't. I don't want to buy something that is worth $10 for a quarter.
She does one.
What?
The guy that refused my card and sticker once.
Okay, to be fair, we had I had the mom come up with the price on that too.
Yeah, that's true too. So with kids at a yard sale,
work with them ahead of time. If they're older, if they're well behaved, they can be out there. That's great. Like I said, I'm gonna buy a cookie from them.
I can tell you right now, if your kid's playing with the toy, I'm not buying the toy.
No.
Okay, and they tend to do that. Like I said, sidewalk chalk, they love writing on the stuff, but they have right yard sale, they're doing all that kind of stuff. It's in the way, okay? And, we're just not children people, I guess. But I understand, especially because most yard sales happen in the summertime, especially up in the northern areas, and kids are out of school. Put them a DVD in and let them watch TV on the inside of the house.
Or, like I said, if they're older and well-behaved, but work with them on the pricing ahead of time, because we don't want to rip them off, and I don't want to hear $3,500 for something.
Yeah,
because it's hard not to laugh.
Normally it's $50. It'll be something like this. I go, well, how much is this video game right here? $60. Okay.
Hi.
I'm uncomfortable as it is with negotiating with a 4-year-old.
I will tell you another thing. Don't leave your kids to run the yard sale by themselves. I'm not even going to go up. If I see and there's nobody there over the age of 10, 12, we're not stopping, because I'm just not comfortable.
It gets hot, guys. It does get hot. We understand that you go inside and everything, but try not to do that. All right, we got to keep moving on, because this ain't
we
be
could
like
sit here and I'm already working out our title. We're gonna have this Jack's Treasures rants about yard sales for 30 minutes straight.
All right, this one is a big question, right? It's to price or not to price. That is the question. Now there are 2 rules. There's 3 rules. There's a lot of rules.
There's a lot.
First of all, I'll go over the pricing. I'll go over pricing. If you're gonna price your stuff and you want to put individual prices on stuff, that is absolutely fine to do. That is a big plus. People make piles. People do all of that other kind of stuff. That is easy to do. Is it time consuming? 1,000,000%. Another way that you could price your stuff is you say everything on this table is $1. Okay. Do realize that everything on that table is $1, and some people are going to grab something else and they're going to put it on that table because they're thinking, oh, I really want this, and then they say they don't want it and they put it on the wrong table.
So if you're doing that, be very cognizant. You're going to want to walk around a lot and monitor it.
Monitor your stuff. Another one is pricing by color dots.
Yeah.
Okay, getting those little color stickers and you're putting them on stuff. Everything that's green is that. Have a sign. Put a big sign up.
I like that as a customer. I love yard sales like that. We talked about for our next sales, should we do that? And I'm like, I don't want to have to explain to people all day long. Blues are 5, greens are 2.
And we make a big sign, and still people are going to ask, and it's going to happen. But that's another way that you can definitely
and
price
I don't
stuff.
mind at all as a customer.
Or this is one of my favorite ones, and I know I was talking to somebody who did this. I don't remember exactly who it was, but this is how they do their yard sale. I think it was Chris. Everything is $1 unless it's marked otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you are only pricing the stuff that's a premium stuff, and everything else is $1 at your yard sale. Our friends Tony and Melissa, shout out to Tony and Melissa, they had a yard sale and nothing was under $1. So they don't have to deal with change because that's when it starts getting into a fishier area, because we're going to talk about that. So not pricing. What do you think?
Another thing is not pricing at all. And I don't love it. I will say that. I'm less likely to buy something because I'm going to have to ask about it. And it's like, do I really want that? Do I want to hear the answer? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to buy less at a sale that doesn't have pricing.
Especially, it depends on the sale, too. If you come up to a sale and you can obviously tell this person bought pallets or they're resellers, they know that when you ask, that's the hook.
Now, the one thing I will say, if you're not going to price, I want you to be that super outgoing person. Approach me when I come up. Hey, guys, welcome to our yard sale. Nothing's priced, but, we're taking offers. We're really motivated.
We're willing to get rid of all of this stuff. It's all got to go.
If you're not going to price, you need to be that outgoing person.
Yeah. Make offers. It's okay to make offers on things, but do realize when you say make offers on there and resellers come up, you're going to get bottom dollar offers. Okay. Yeah. So don't get insulted when you're expecting to get $50 for something and somebody comes and offers you $5.
And do realize when you don't price things that you probably are going to sell less things, because some people are they're a little more shy about asking.
And some people like it because they know it's a negotiating tool that they can use. Okay. They can say, well, I got this whole pile of stuff right now. I'll do $2 for the whole pile. And then the negotiating starts going back and forth. So it has its pros, it has its cons.
Any of the options are valid, and it is not a, one size fits all approach. One thing though, if you don't have price, you need to be able to come up with a price on the fly. I do not need
that one got her walking out of the yard sale, and it did have it drop. That one dropped.
You do not need to call Aunt Wanda and find out what she wants for that Chico's blazer. You need to know. You need to be able to make a price on the fly.
Yeah.
And
if you're having stuff for other people, have them there.
Yeah.
Okay, have them there, or let them know right off the bat, saying, "Hey, somebody comes up and offer, I'm going to take a price." Okay. So don't get mad if you leave.
And don't tell people that you have to look it up on eBay first. That is what made me leave. They wanted to look. I had a whole basket of perfume and I wanted to buy it all. She was like, well, I got to look it up. Okay.
Each one.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, she was totally done. I had a whole handful of stuff that I was going to make a mint on because I'd already priced it. I already comped it.
I mean, it was good stuff.
She walked by me and said, I'm done with this. Beep.
I would have dropped 100 on the basket.
Boop.
I would have dropped 100 on the basket. And I'm pretty sure she probably didn't sell that stuff, or at least not for as much as I was willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel confident of that.
And when somebody does ask you for a bulk price, be reasonable with it. Be reasonable with it.
I think sometimes that's just poor math skills.
Yeah. Peaches to beaches. Okay. I was going to buy
the dude was super nice. He was super
great.
nice.
And he gave us a great deal. Okay. He had some VHSs and his were 4 for $1.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a quarter a piece. I'm like, okay, that's great. I don't normally buy VHSs, but I saw a bunch of them that I really wanted. They were really good. They were some super good titles, and I have VHS players. So I'm like, these are great, and I like them.
And the ones that we didn't necessarily want, I'm thinking bulk list them on, I'm going to do a shout out, Shop Commons.
Yeah.
Where we sell off bulk stuff. Yeah. And, so we had a plan for it. It was like, we were going to do that.
I was going to buy all of it. He had 5 tubs of it. I'm sitting here thinking $40-$50. His price was $300. Now, here's the kicker. I bought a tub. I cherry picked a full tub. That full tub came to $14. There were 4 tubs. Yeah. Okay. So
even if we took it all up and added it up, it probably was maybe $60-$65. Yeah. So $40-$50 would have been a very reasonable price for him. He would have made.
Remember the one yard sale that we went to? that said everything it was a silverware thing. And it said 25 cents a piece.
Oh, yeah.
Or 5 for $5 or something.
Yeah, it was
like that.
ridiculous.
Your math's wrong.
But, yeah.
Be careful of your math when you're making up your signs. All right, so pricing, not pricing is done.
And he was super nice, like I said. I liked the guy, and we did a great deal, and it was probably better not to have brought home all those bulk
yeah, we would have
VHS anyway. That would
I
have
don't
been
have room. I don't have a lot of room.
It worked out, but he could have gotten rid of all of it for a reasonable price.
He cost Kevin a lot of money. All right, have some supplies with you. If you're having a yard sale, bring bags. Have bags. Have boxes. If you don't have boxes or bags, Winn-Dixie, or not Winn-Dixie, I'm sorry, Publix, Walmart, have Walmart bags, whatever it may be. They'll give you those bags.
Usually there's out front, there's usually those recycle bins, and you can kind of dig and find a nice stack of clean ones. I've done that before.
Yeah, so have some bags with you. If you are going to do a yard sale that you have stuff for a quarter, nickel, dimes, and all that kind of stuff, have some change.
At least have 1s and 5s, even if you don't. Plenty of them, because I can just about guarantee your first few buyers are going to come in with 20s because that's what the ATMs give out. And
aside from the fact that they're resellers, and resellers tend to buy a lot of stuff, okay? So have some change with you.
Along that same line, I recommend in today's day and age, at least take maybe 2 forms of digital payment if you're comfortable with it. We take Cash App and Venmo, and I will advertise the heck out of that at my yard sales.
We make a sign. We actually make a sign with the little QR code.
Because people love to do that now. A lot of people don't keep cash with them, but I know there is a comfortability factor with digital currency, and I get if you're not into that. But if you're willing to, just be prepared, know your login, and be able to do that. I think our last yard sale, didn't we make like $400 or $500 in digital payments?
In the digital payments, we made a lot because we actually made like $300 and some odd dollars, and we weren't doing the yard sale. We were doing a yard sale Friday, Saturday, and our neighbor was doing one on Thursday.
Shout out Brandy's Bargains.
Yeah, she was doing it on Thursday. So we were setting up on Thursday, and everybody was coming to ours. And I was trying to tell everybody, I said, no, we're actually not having one, but they're having one over there.
But so we're darn sure going to sell the stuff.
But we sell it. Yeah, I'm going to sell it because, I need to do it.
Yep.
Okay, so have some supplies with you. All right, this is the big one. This is a big one for me. Okay. Have either have a table that you're collecting money at, okay, or make it known it's your yard sale.
Yeah.
Okay. Please do that. There have been so many times I go to a yard sale and so many people are talking. I have no idea who's running the yard sale.
I'll just shout out, who do I pay? And that's exactly what I do. But when we have a yard sale, he's usually wandered around making sure nobody's stealing anything.
I'm not making anybody. I could care less if they steal anything. I'm trying to help people. I'm giving them deals and I'm saying,
talking to him. He's being Mr. Social Butterfly, and I'm sitting over there with my Baileys and coffee collecting money. And, it's pretty obvious that's the money collecting station.
And
so
I'll just give you a bit of advice. If you come to our yard sales, if you come to me first, I'm going to give you a deal. And then when you go to her, like say it's 20, say you come up with $35, right? I'm going to say, oh, just make it 30. Okay. When you get to her and he said to go ahead and make it 30, she's going to make it 25.
25.
Okay. So you're going to get deals. You don't have to bargain with us. We're going to bargain for you. Okay. We're going to bargain for you, but make it comfortable. Wear a little money pouch or something like that. That's a big clue
your little
to have one.
Lululemon sack.
What?
You can have one of those little Lululemon sacks.
I was thinking landslide. But, okay, have something that signifies, hey, pay here. This is where you pay. You have a table, especially if it's a multi-family one and you have to write every single thing down. Be ready to do that and realize that when you have resellers come in, they're making piles and then they're separating the piles. And, oh, my God. It's a great way to have a lot of stuff at your yard sale, especially if you're going to advertise huge and not have 3 freaking items like that one idiot did. Okay. Yeah, we're railing today.
We are.
Okay. So the next one, we got to go fast.
Be aware of weather conditions.
Especially windy days. Okay.
Clothing racks. If you have any wind, they're going to fall. I swear. Every yard sale we go to that has a clothing rack here in Georgia, we get some little gusting winds.
We're in what's called a wedge, where we have weather patterns that come in at the same thing, and we're not at mountains, we're not in plains. We have like hills and stuff.
We're in the Piedmont.
Yeah, we're in the Piedmont. So you get these weather conditions. Hey, Jesse, how you doing, baby? So be aware of weather conditions because stuff will blow down. I could tell you the best thing to do for racks of clothing are weights. bench weights if you have a bench thing or something like that. Did you have them like that? That was my bench weighting thing. Yeah, but beware of that. And beware of rain, okay?
Yeah.
One of our very first yard sales that we were going to do, it did not rain the entire week. And the entire week it said it's not going to rain, not going to rain, not going to rain, not going to rain, not going to rain.
Chance of rain.
We didn't have rain. We had a friggin' monsoon. Okay, we had like 18 inches of water inside these
little
tubs
exaggeration, but yeah,
just a little, and it is just a little exaggeration. But if
we wound up taking an entire yard sale of stuff to the dump
because we did. We
didn't. It was not salvageable. It was very sad.
So be aware of the weather conditions. If it's really really sunny, and you have one of those tarps and stuff like that, put it up high enough so that people don't hit their head on it.
We're not tall people, but I've bumped my head on those before.
I have too. Or just put a little caution sign up there because believe it or not, you are responsible for people coming onto your property during a yard sale and injuring themselves.
Yep.
Okay.
Another reason to put the dog up.
Yeah. And if you have like cracks in the driveway, have a little sign if you want to put a little sign up.
So can we sue the fire ant kid?
And if you want to.
That's an idea.
I don't think he has any money.
Probably not.
Yeah. So be aware of your weather conditions. That's really a big one. If you're going to have, especially if it's cold, sell coffee if you want. If it's super hot, have some water if you want. People do that. We do it all the time.
Oh yeah, when we're out yard selling, if someone's got the bottled water, I definitely partake in that.
Yeah, we do too. And I don't, here's $1, $2, whatever it may be. There's a cat up on Tracy. We're just about done too. But after the sale, here comes my favorite thing to ever talk about right now. You want to talk about road rage? This is going to cause me road rage. Pick up your freaking signs, okay? Not only that, do not end your sale and then go pick up your signs. And don't start at your house and go backwards to the end, the last sign. Go to the last sign and pull towards your house, okay? Because people see your sign at the farthest point and start driving to it. Okay?
When we're doing a sale, he goes and pulls the sign. I stay out at the yard sale, and then if anybody happens to wander in, they can buy it. I don't care.
Of course. And shoot, if it's $1, take it.
Yeah.
Take anything that you want because I'm going to be taking the stuff to the dump. But when you start pulling from your house, okay, people are following the signs and then all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah.
The signs are gone. Nobody's there. Nobody doing anything. You've already packed everything up, whatever it may be. They can't even find it. Go to the farthest sign and pull that first and then work your way towards your house. Okay, and pull your signs.
And I recommend, even if you're doing a 2-day sale, go ahead and pull your sign at, you're done with your sale on Friday, pull your signs and put them back out on Saturday morning because sometimes people have late sales,
They do.
And I'm going to follow it. If it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I see a sign, I'm going to follow it. And then when I come and there's, obviously a covered up yard sale, it's like, screw you.
Definitely.
But, put your signs up, put them back.
Just give you a little bit of hint. In Paulding County, Georgia, signs are not allowed after the weekend. You can get in trouble for it, especially you morons who put your address on there.
Especially that little road off of Ridge Road on the other side of the county.
Yes.
Hate that place. Always a sign chaser there.
Yeah. We call it chasing signs and stuff like that. But I can tell you right now, I chase signs on a Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's like, come on, really? Because the sale was a week ago.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Don't put your damn signs up the week before your yard sale or even the day before your yard sale. Put it up the day of your yard sale or the morning or late at night, not in the afternoon when people are going to yard sales on a Friday and you put a big sign up there and, it says Saturday on it. But like I said, it's on a busy road. People are driving. I'm not reading a novel when I see your yard sale sign.
If you do have your signs up and you're still setting up, be prepared for people and treat them nicely. If I've got my signs up...
That one right here just does not do what she just said.
I do.
She does not.
I do.
She does not.
If we have the signs up, I do. Now, it's when they come when we're still setting up and we don't have the signs up that I don't like that. Especially if it's still dark.
She didn't like it. That's a mild statement for that one right there. And don't ask for a deal.
If it's 8 in the morning and your sale was supposed to start at 8:30, but you had your signs up and we have no idea when you were planning to start, be prepared for people to come up and we're going to want to buy stuff and be nice to me.
I love how that came out. That was awesome. All right, guys, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
We hope you enjoyed 34 minutes of Jack's Treasures ranting about yard sales.
Well, yard sale season is starting, so people need to learn how to do it.
And you would think we hate yard sales by this, but we love yard sales. And there are more good ones than bad ones.
Not all of them.
There are more good than bad. But,
there is true. For me, huge. I mean, huge yard sale. And we pulled up and there were 5 items. I counted them on my hand. 5. It's not huge. All right. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Please help us out with Stop Soldier Suicide. Tracy will post a link down below. And as always,
pet a cat.
That's right. Peace out from Jack's Treasures.
Bye.